Hello, hardcore gamers. Welcome back. This is my warrior priest. So I decided to make one. Managed to get to level 5 before I even managed to pop a scenario. So it's the first scenario on his character. I have just been power leveling as quick as I can. I wanted to actually get involved with the content. So yep, so now I'm level 5. I've traded myself, well not traded, but I've got my tome and a one-handed hammer. Peel for healer. Okay, so they've got one healer. No, they've got that really powerful dock again. So I am now one-handed hammer and tome. So tome slowly builds this righteous fury over time. I use this righteous fury to heal my allies. And not only this noise effect, I don't know if you can hear it in the don't know if you can hear it, but this noise effect is really annoying. You keep hearing like a shining kind of glimmer noise. I'm just gonna. I should be able to continually heal while set kind of far away. My heals aren't amazing, as this guy just died instantly because I couldn't actually click on him. I'm not sure why I couldn't click on him, but. I'm gonna heal this person as soon as possible. Try and get this guy up. Not sure where my ally targeting is. So I'm going to be targeted here. I'm going to get a couple hits off. If I spam my attacks, some of my attacks will generate my... Okay, now everyone's now dead, so just run away. Can't keep this guy up. And that is everyone dead. So secondary target is down there. Let's see if I can move this quickly. Start editing, secondary target. Put secondary target above me. Save changes. I'm not sure what happened there, to be quite honest. They just absolutely destroyed us. Just fine, it happens. And now we go again. So this Righteous Fury, my heals and these attacks up here use Righteous Fury. And these ones down here actually regain Righteous Fury. So I've got them separate so I can use them whenever they come off cooldown. One gives a strength buff, the other one it just damages the enemy over time. Then this skill I use, Supplication, will use up most of my AP and give me a huge amount of Righteous Fury. Double check. Okay, so that's there. See if I can get there in time. I cannot. Just trying to get some heals out. The only downside of having no front line at all is that they can just push straight through us. Right, so I'm going to try and tank as much as I can here. Need that. Okay, didn't want to press that button. It's fine. And I am now dead. Knowingly, this is what it tends to be like. Destruction tend to have a really strong front line. Because everyone obviously wants to be the big orcs that always run in first. In order, they tend to just hide behind walls, and this is where it's been, well, for as long as I've played this game. Order have always been very range DPS focused. Which means that Destruction can essentially have free reign because they have so much heavy melee train that there's very little you can do to stop it. Just got to drop all my hots off. So this is more like it. Heal up that guy in the back. That's good. So my judgment, my 2 skill here snares the enemy. Just getting close. Use judgment again. This Slayer is not stopping. This Slayer is still not stopping. I won't be able to keep all of them alive. At the moment I only have 2 heals over time, so I don't have any big heals at the moment. Get my damage off, throw a couple dots out, or hots, not dots. Nope, that's not what I wanted, that's what I wanted. No, but I want that. You can see how much more smoothly it is now that you've got a load of healers. Makes a huge difference. So we had an Archmage and 2 Slayers and a Shadow Warrior join quite late in that fight. After the first push. So in the second push we had an extra healer and it made a huge difference. Who's top for heals? I am not. Which is understandable. I am third of that guy's level. And that guy has just run in on his own. Good thing that heals have quite a long range on them. But not that long. And we have won. Lead now. So I didn't come first on heals. Okay, I came second, which I'm fine to lose to a level 14. Had a level 11 there also to get more heals than me. But I know that the heals will come over time. So I've just finished the quest as well down here to hand this in. So what have I been doing while I've been waiting? So I've started the... Did I get... Okay, got 6. So I started this map. And I've done essentially the entire first chapter. Did the first public quest. Didn't get anything good from the first public quest unlike last time. I got a level 5 shoulder piece, which is okay. As it's such a low level, it doesn't actually show up on my character. But I'm already moving to chapter 2. So while I'm level 5, I've almost caught up to where I got to with my Swordmaster. I'm going to queue straight away for some scenarios straight away. And so I've just finished this one. So Shadows of War, Scenarios of War I should say. So that is a free, if you look at the 2-piece, 3-piece bonus, strength and toughness isn't ideal. It's definitely not for healers. However, it's better than nothing, so I'll keep that. And this vendor, I've just been saying all my stuff to it. Because I've got nothing of use, and then I can buy some... Once again, looks like the PvE armor set is healer based. You can see it gives me armor bonus and willpower. So I might farm a couple public quests just to get that. But we'll jump back in when there's actually some content. Here we go, just had another scenario pop. Annoyingly, I got halfway through killing some of these mobs. So I had I think there's 3 of them jumped me at once, so I'm just clearing them up. I did get a new skill here called Bludgeon, which builds up Righteous Fury as I use it. Really good skill. So I can essentially spam that when I get close, when I essentially get into combat. Instead of having to use Supplication, I can spam that Bludgeon skill and get some more of the Righteous Fury back. So now we're doing Northern Watch again, which is one of the more common scenarios you see in this game. Which is not bad. It's actually quite an enjoyable scenario, actually. So we've got the really strong Slayer, who's just joined in behind us, which I'll be happy to keep alive. Just seeing who else we may need heals. Life of Saw, played with him earlier. He's pretty good. I mean, he's got the dual Slayers as well. Played last scenarios with both of these Slayers. They're both pretty good. A bit headstrong. They just charge straight in, but they're both good. Let's hope they... Okay, he's on his way. I haven't checked out the enemy team, so... Put some hots on people already. He's already dead. Dream Eyes, try and get you some heals. Blaze. Life of Sword, get him up. Okay, no one got focused. I'm going to get focused in a second. It's a bit sad that guy just jumped off. And then there was 3. Need to get more Righteous Fury. I can't use this Divine Aid while moving, so I just keep putting up healing hand. That's me out of Righteous Fury. Okay, I wasn't able to save him. Looks like I'm going down here as well. Yep, I'm down. Looks like I'm top heals for my team. Don't know what this Archmage is doing. Apparently he's meant to be DPS, but he's neither doing DPS nor heals. But hey, you can play this game however you want. So our white line's gone up here to the barracks. Probably a smart move just to catch something off them. Come on, try and keep this guy up. No, okay, rough try. I can't see him. Couldn't see those Slayers who just ran in. I've only got these relatively bad heals over time. I don't really want to get involved in that fight if I can help it. I will try and get some more points up. Okay, we'll try and get this Slayer alive. Down. Yeah, they're just dying too quickly, and that's the game over. So at least I got a load of healing done. Got MVP for heals for our team. Just double check I got that. MVP for healing, yep. So that's 2 War Crests from that battle. As you can see, obviously a level 14 Archmage trying to do DPS, obviously did less healing than a sword master's a bit sad, really. I don't see in tier 1, at least in scenarios, I don't see the point in being a healer who's trying to do DPS. I understand in tier 3 and 4, but the lower tiers, you just don't have the gear. At least in scenarios, you don't have the gear. Well, open world world where you can roam a little bit more, there's more chance there. It may be an unpopular opinion, but I just don't think in scenarios where it's focused PvP, small scale, it's just not worth it. But you can probably argue with me if you think I'm wrong. But we will probably pop back in because I essentially want to do a couple quests. I want to go over around here. So this is for levels 3 to 4. So I want to get to level 7. And then I'm going to go over there and do that event over here. Mainly because I want to get as many of these tokens, war tokens, as possible. Just so I can get the PvE gear. Because the PvE gear for this area, at least for chapter... well, I think it's for Act 1. So they're obviously different tiers. Tier 1, not Act 1. I believe it's willpower based. So with it being willpower based is really good for me for a healer. So I'll probably jump back in when I get... And there's someone over here I can talk to. So I'll jump back in when I either get into another scenario or when I get to the public event. And these are all pretty much garbage. Okay, level 7. So I've got this repent, which is a detour. Okay, or it's not. So how do I access my skills? It's not N. Now pressing every button on my keyboard. V, that's the one. And it was repent here. So I will have to rebind some of these points. Repent's really good. So it essentially, all enemies that attack you, they just do less damage to you. If they're detaunted.
Sigmar bless you.
That's all. The rest of these quests are crafting quests, so I'll leave them for the time being. I don't think there's anything in my inventory of note. There's not. No. Okay. Just move these around, and we'll see you at the public quest. There we are in the public event. You can see up here it's still on stage 1. It's meant to be easy. And for the first stage, you just need to kill 15 raiders and 20 ravengers. I got here and he's already on 15 ravengers and like 5 raiders. So I'm just mopping up the pieces. I don't think there's anyone else here. But that's fine by me. I can quickly mop this public quest up. Public event, I should say. It's a public event or public quest? Public quest. It's a public event. It's obviously in Guild Wars 2. This is obviously not Guild Wars 2. Might see if I can get myself a 2-handed sledgehammer. Just for when I'm doing content like this. Because now I've got that bludgeon skill, I can continually build up my own Righteous Fury. The issue I was having is not having enough Righteous Fury, because my tome gives me 4 Righteous Fury every second, which is quite good. It does, but it does add up in the middle of a fight. You don't get that if you've got a sledgehammer. This should be the last one needed. Then we'll see what the next part is. Claim the Skull Taker banner, claim the Lost Sight banner. So there's a Skull Taker just there. Presume the other one's going to be up there. Random named mob there. Borgen. So we'll take this one down. Okay. keep it hot on me at all times if I can help it. My normal attack, my one skill does give me health every time I hit. I think it heals me with 150% of the damage dealt. Yeah, 150%. Which is good. As long as I have my heal over time up and I have enough Righteous Fury to use that spell, use my one skill, I shouldn't die. That bell is really annoying. I wonder if it's up there on top of the bell tower. It's one down. It wouldn't surprise me if it's up here. If it's not, I'm just going to be wasting everyone's time, so I do apologise. Okay, it's not up here. In some World v World zones, there's towers like this, and you can go all the way to the roof. Really good fights happen in those. Just because it's a huge choke point all the way to the top. When I mount my horse, I'm presuming it's to the south. So obviously that Borgon, I'm presuming it's through here. Shame it doesn't tell you roughly. Yeah, there it is. I was going to say, shame it doesn't tell you roughly where it is. But that's fine. I can do a little bit of exploring. Put another hot on myself. These are relatively painless. I know I'm obviously 4 levels higher than them. It's kind of why I'm happy to do content with a warrior priest. Or with a disciple of Cain, which is obviously the dark elf, but opposite. Just because you can actually solo content with these. Probably one of the best characters to solo content with. You do get some good AoE skills later on. I think the Disciple of Cain has better AoE skills than a warrior priest. Okay, it's just a champion, so I'll take out the zealot first. Although the zealot won't actually heal him, it's not a real zealot. I'll just take him out first. One down. This champion won't stand a chance. Just put a heal on myself just in case. And he's almost down. So this will finish one of my quests as well. Nothing in vain. It's 2 birds, 1 stone. And I got a massive loot bag. Nice. Massive loot bags tend to give you at least one of the items for that zone. So the gold loot bags tend to give you a set item, which this one obviously has. It's giving me the boots, which I will equip straight away. I'm going to see what this guy does. Because obviously he's a... Right, so you get wards in this game as well, which I'll explain in a second. I remember how to get to that page, yes. Okay, good. Okay, I had nothing to do with any quests. Yeah, so I can transport back. As I changed my binded location. So wards in this game are down in armory. You get different wards allow you to do different bits of content. So if you don't have the so Invader Ward is the highest level ward. You need to equip certain bits of gear. So there's 4 different types of gear for each Invader Ward. So you've got Invader Boots, Victorious, Triumph and Bloodlord. You get them from different locations. And they're essentially different static gear. you essentially make your way through the game. So the first tier, the first ward, you only need to get 2 of them. So Carnage is from PvE.
At long last. On your way.
So if I continue his quest, then he will continue to give me tokens of war. Did he give me those? He didn't. I'll continue explaining in a second.
Finally. On your way now. Good job.
That's for the next quest find. So while I'm running back to the starting area, I'll continue explaining. So wards, you need certain wards to do certain content. So to essentially tank the, I know from tanking point of view, some AoEs and some bosses later on in the game, they require you to have set wards. So tier 1, 2, 3, 4. Officer ward is the basic one for tier 4. And from then moving forward, the wards will allow you to not take certain damage in certain locations or take reduced damage. So when you're doing end game content and you're trying to take out the enemy city, you need the wards, one to be able to tank, one to survive the AoE that's out on the floor, for you to be able to do certain damage to certain monsters. So the ward is essentially a gear check that you've met the required type of gear to do that content. So you can see Conqueror's Ward, you need to equip different types of gear, but you don't need to equip all of them, you just need to equip one of them. So it's essentially a gear check before you can move on. So when you're doing the hardest content in the game, which is the enemy capital city, you need the best gear for it. So that's like a clear gear check. If you've received the final ward, you're clear to do that content. Which is quite an interesting way of doing it. So once you get past this final ward, Invader's Ward, after Invader you've got Sovereign gear. So Bloodlord you get from doing dungeons, Triumphant I think it's from public quests, or some PvE content, and the other 2 are from PvP. One for World v World, one for skirmishes. But now I believe PvP and skirmishes have put their crests together, so you essentially spend the same currency to buy the same gear, or buy whatever gear suits you. So I am 12 tokens off. I didn't know it was that expensive, so as I'm 12 tokens off, we'll have to do the other public quests, which is not an issue at all. But they will likely be reserved until the next episode, because I'll probably leave this episode a minute or 2 short, as I continue playing on this Warrior Priest. So I've got a couple of quests here. As I make my way back, probably do these couple of quests and start doing these 2 public quests here. One's a hard one, one's a normal. That person didn't have a good sledgehammer for me to get. The next town, the one I ran from, might have a sledgehammer. But yep, I'll be leaving this episode here. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you don't mind leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, that'd be awesome. And we'll see you. Those birds aren't flying, they're just frozen. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.